So welcome. Thank you for being flexible. I apologize for our technical difficulties last time. As I explained when we discussed on the phone, this is your time. You have 20 minutes. There are 7 questions to guide the conversation in case you need prompts. But if on the first question you just decide you want to talk for 20 minutes, that's up to you. People have really felt like they have heard the same 2-minute answer over and over again on all of the Zooms, and they want to know a little more in depth. They want to see how in depth people can go. So we're giving you that opportunity. So do you have any questions on the format?
No.
Okay, so the questions will come up on the screen. When I read the first one, I will start the 20 minutes, and then I wanted to just I'm trying to be fully transparent with everyone when I have any connections. Caprice and I have never met. We have friends in common, and we are Facebook friends. I think through our work at Campbell Park and in South St. Petersburg and with another science coach in Pinellas County, somehow you and I are connected on Facebook, and I see your things, but we've never met. But I'd just like to be transparent if there's any connection to the candidates. So we haven't, have we ever met?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so. I was just like, I want to make sure, but we are Facebook friends. So if anybody sees that connection, we don't know each other. So here we go. The first I should go back and tell people who we're talking to. This is Caprice Edmond. She's running for Pinellas County School Board District 7. So that is the South St. Petersburg area. If you're down in the south part of the county, you have the opportunity to vote for Caprice. So the
including Edmond, Kenneth City, Gulfport. So.
Okay. I don't know Pinellas counties as well, so thanks for clarifying the district. So tell me what you love about public schools.
I love that public schools are available to all children, regardless of their socioeconomic status, their gender identity, or any other items that people typically are concerned about, whether they're special needs, LGBTQ+. I also like the amount of choices that we have for our public schools, whether it's a magnet program or a fundamental or even an IB program. I also love that our students, sorry, I got to get used to looking at the camera, that our families are welcome to our schools. We have many activities available to them, and we have some great educators. We have great educators and support professionals in our public schools that really work hard to maintain their certification and stay up to date with the latest academic criteria.
Okay, the next question is, what are the attributes of an effective school board member? Which attributes are your strengths and which do you struggle with?
An effective school board member will need to be able to advocate and speak about the issues that they would like to address, but they also will need to work with their colleagues. As a school board member, I would be one vote, and I would need to be able to share facts with my colleagues and provide information for them to understand what families and students and educators are experiencing in District 7 in order for them to have an understanding specifically what our challenges are in this district. My strengths are that I've been doing this work for over 18 years, working with children and being a current educator for the past 5 years, going on 6. So I know about what's going well and what's not going well. Also from a parent perspective and being actively involved in our community, I know what challenges our community is having with our district. And I look forward to bridging that gap, providing an opportunity for the community to feel more connected, parents to feel more engaged, as well as ensuring that all of our school board members understand the challenges that we face in this district and why it's important that when we're advocating or talking about budgets, that we are being intentional with our investments, our resources, and making sure that we are addressing the needs of the whole child. Because through my work, I know that if a child's basic needs aren't being met, then it's going to be a challenge for them to learn. And then with that comes the need for disciplinary practices, recruitment and retention, family engagement and community partnerships, so on and so forth. So the strengths that I bring to our school board is that I'm knowledgeable about what's going on in our schools and how it relates to family engagement in our community. I also know which statutes or policies that we need to work on, as well as how our legislator and governor impacts the school board ability to do the work to ensure that everyone is provided a great education. There appears to be a misconception of the roles of a school board member and the power they actually have. And I look forward to educating the community that we need to vote all the way. We need to vote down the ballot to ensure that public education is supported. Another strength is that with all of this that I've mentioned, I'm bringing with me a coalition of people and organizations that I've worked with for years now, but behind the scenes in leading initiatives that support our children in education. I've been a guardian ad litem for over 10 years. And as I mentioned before, I work with youth in various capacities, including foster care. And the organizations that I will have at the table with me will include the Teachers Union, Suncoast PBA. Something that's important to me that I like to address is our disciplinary practices, because Pinellas County has a high rate of youth arrests and citations. So again, wrapping that all up, I am well-rounded. I come with a lot of connections and resources, as well as knowledge and experiences. Something that I would like to work on is finding the concise words to say when I'm sharing information.
Okay, next question is, what role does family and community engagement play in public schools?
Family engagement, that's one of our challenges here in District 7, and it's going to be extremely important that we have our families involved, because studies show that with increased family engagement, there's a better outcome for student learning. And oftentimes our families feel like they aren't welcomed in our schools, or that they've been turned off just based on their personal experience or current experience. Through my work with Pinellas County Council PTA, I led the initiative that allowed us to earn the National PTA Grant for Transformative Family Engagement. And we hosted listening sessions right here in Pinellas County. One at Enoch Davis Center and 2 Mid-County, one in English, one in Spanish. What we did to eliminate barriers is we canvassed areas of concern, we advertised on social media, we Ubered parents, provided dinner, childcare, and a stipend. And that was innovative, an innovative approach to getting families engaged. We didn't have the typical families that normally attended. We had the families that we want to hear from. So family engagement is really important. My platform includes a plan to increase family engagement based on research and the data obtained from our national PTA grant held here in Pinellas County. And then I mentioned before about the coalition that I've been building, working with organizations and businesses in our community here in Pinellas County. Something that's important is that right now, we're going to need the village. We're going to need all hands on deck when it comes to educating our children. We needed that before, but now more than ever, as our school decides how they're going to reopen, whether they're going to reopen, if families decide to keep their child home, there's still going to be an educational barrier. So what I'm looking forward to bringing as a school board member is reaching out to partners in the community and finding ways that the district can work with them to help ensure that on a community level, we are supporting education as well as on a school level.
Fantastic. Next question is, if you are elected to serve this term on the school board, How do schools, the district, and the community look different in 4 years?
If I am elected, I will advocate for equity in education. My platform is advocating for equitable resources and investments for all schools. Also, whole child learning, recruitment and retention, community engagement and family engagement as well, and improving our disciplinary practices. What that means, if we have equitable funding and resources, yes, our transformation zone schools, they receive additional funds. And yes, so do our Title I schools. We have schools that are on the verge of becoming a D school because they lack those resources. They lack the community engagement to help uplift them, to help them increase academic success. So we need to make sure that we are being intentional with our relationships with families, county council PTA, as well as our businesses that can support the schools. And with that, I plan on trying to partner schools, individual schools, with businesses in the area. Pinellas County has a lot of businesses that are thriving even during this time, and a lot of people that would be willing to support our schools if we simply reached out. So I plan on advocating for that. And in 4 years, building those relationships in the community, increasing family engagement, and ensuring that we have equity in education. What that means, as an equity champion for our district, that means that we have to start having these courageous conversations. Conversations about race, conversations about the challenges our students are facing, and ensuring that we are providing mandatory professional development so that our kids aren't feeling left out, so that our kids don't have to petition to have diverse curriculum, to ensure that their teachers are not biased, to ensure equitable grading. We have a long way to go to ensure that we have equity in education, but our district has started most of the components that are in my platform. We just need to be strategic and focus on them.
Okay, so the next question is, what kind of school board member will you be if elected?
I will be very hands-on. I'm a really hard worker, and I enjoy being at our schools. I enjoy being with our students, and being a union member, I enjoy working with my colleagues and understanding what the issues are and working on solutions. So again, I'll be that hands-on school board member. I plan on hosting town halls throughout District 7, going to schools, meeting with our administrators, making sure they have what they need. If not, doing my best to find a resource or connect them with the appropriate person. As a school board member, that would be my full-time job. I feel like this is a time where we really, really need somebody that's going to focus on educating our children, that understands what's going on and will be able to speak to what's working and what's not working and how we can improve. Everything that I mentioned in my platform can occur digitally, which I am proud of. I'm also proud of the fact that attending our public schools and being a parent of children attending our schools, that I'll have so much to offer when it comes to really advocating for our public schools.
You have about 7 minutes left. And the next question are, what are the responsibilities of the school board and individual school board members related to public education advocacy?
The role of a school board member is to review the budget, make proposals, advocate for policy change, remain engaged with their constituents, because again, we are representing the community or the people that vote for us. So that's why it's important for me to make sure that I go back to our schools, I'm involved in the community, and I'm hearing the concerns and working hard to address them. Something else that we need to do as a school board member or as a school board is work together. Each school board member has their own views, but we also need to make sure that when we're voting on items, it's aligned with our mission of 100% student success. Something that individual school board members can do outside of the diocese is hold those meetings and, honestly have candid discussions. That's kind of something that's been missing. Parents feel like they haven't been told the truth. And then when you hear a report about high graduation rates, but our students aren't leaving high school reading proficiently or able to live on their own, it raises red flags. I look forward to bringing that transparency, that honesty to the community. And again, I feel that once we start being honest, our community will know how they can help more. And with that, I plan on reaching out to the community to ask them to host activities on Saturdays specific to what our students or parents may need. And again, our district is doing some of these things, but it may be more accepted or better attended if another organization hosted that activity.
Okay, and with just about 5 minutes left, you're doing great on time. The last question is, what does constituent outreach and constituent services look like under you as a school board member?
Oh, look at that. I've already talked about that a little bit.
You've kind of been ahead the whole time, but it's you're hitting all the right notes. So
okay, so constituent outreach to me, it looks like being where the people are. So going to our schools, going to reaching out to our union, going to union meetings, attending PTA meetings, being involved with the county council PTA. Just connecting with all organizations that are related to children. Meeting with parents, I know that I'll receive some calls or emails regarding issues and directing them to the appropriate person. And again, hosting those town halls in the community. Sorry, I really have to work on looking at this camera. And hosting those town halls in the community. Something that I also bring is a wealth of knowledge. I mentioned the County Council PTA. Last year, I served as the Grants and Patrons Chair. This year, I'm the chair of St. Petersburg Youth Development Grant Review Committee, and I serve on the Southside CRA. I'm a member of the NAACP, NCNW, League of Women Voters, and several other organizations. And attending their meetings and talking to them about education is going to be important because many families go to them first. So again, I look forward to learning the methods our families would like to be connected to their school board member, me, as well as doing the work.
Okay, you have about 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. If there's anything that you haven't hit on that you want to, the floor is yours.
I have a master's degree in educational leadership, a master's in elementary education, a bachelor's degree in psychology, a certification in infant family mental health. For the past 18 years, I've served and worked for children and families in various capacities, from working with youth in foster care, providing respite through park, being a guardian ad litem, and now being an educator. This is important to me, not only because I'm an educator, but because I'm a parent. My first year of teaching, I worked at Melrose Elementary, and it was eye-opening. Eye-opening to see the challenges the students faced, the teachers faced, and the families faced. And what I did, I started learning what would work for those students, walking them home, calling their parents to tell them the positive things and ignoring the horrible things that happened in class that day. And just showing grace. showing that restorative practice that people talk so much about. Being intentional. We have to build relationships with our students, with our families, and we have to have clear communication between our educators, support professionals, our administrators, and community. Again, I'm going to bring a fresh perspective to our school board that has the insight of what it takes to improve education, as well as what's really going on in our schools. We really do need to ensure that we have equity in education, because we can ensure 100% student success. When there's a will, there's a way, and I know we can do it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time.
Wait. Can you visit Edmond? Can you visit edmondforeducation.com for additional information?
Fantastic. You got that done with like 48 seconds left. So there you go. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So thank you so much, Caprice. We're finishing these up. We're wrapping these up tonight and tomorrow morning, and then we'll be posting them on Monday. As soon as they are up, we will be sending them to our subscribers and posting them on social media. And then I'll also send you a link. So if you want to use the video, way with your campaign, you can.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so very, very much. Have a good night.